Hey guys, it's Angela, and for this video I thought I would do something a little different. I'm attaching a GoPro on top of my camera so that you guys can see a little bit of what I'm doing while I'm out taking photos. If you like this video, let me know, and that was my segue into the video. So here I am walking up to the Library of Congress. It was a particularly busy day because the reading room was open to the public. It's a big deal because it's only open to the public twice a year, President's Day and Veterans Day. And luckily I was able to meet up with my friends, Mark and Rachel, so I could explore the library with them. I filmed this entire video with a GoPro mounted on top of my camera, so I apologize if it's a little shaky. But I do think it's really interesting to see what the GoPro camera saw compared to what I saw. So this was actually with my 35mm lens. A completely different view. When we got into the Library of Congress, we went through security and we went straight into the Great Hall. It is amazingly beautiful. Definitely one of the best interiors in DC. So we went there because we figured that everybody else would be waiting in line to go into the reading room, and we wanted to take advantage of the less crowded time. So when you go here, one of the first things that you may want to do is to go directly in the middle where Mark is standing right now and look up. The ceiling is amazing. Like I had mentioned before, I had my 35mm on, and as I was looking up, it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I wanted more space. So that's when I decided that I would switch to my 16-35. I ended up using that lens for a majority of the time that I was at the Library of Congress. It's just a great wide-angle lens that you can walk around with. So I went back to the middle and tried it again. This turned out better, but I think I could have gotten lower or maybe tried something a little bit wider to really get everything that I wanted in that shot. I'll try it again next time. I also found that having the GoPro mounted on my camera made me a little more hesitant to take verticals because I was worried about how the video would turn out or if it would look really awkward. I don't know, I just thought that was an interesting observation. After a few more images around the Great Hall, we ended up going up the steps and to the second floor. But taking a quick second in the middle of the staircase to pause and to capture a pretty cool image of the first floor and second floor all in one frame. Now that I'm on the second floor, I turn to the left and go to the middle of the hallway. I'm standing at a similar view of where I was when I was standing on the steps, but this time I'm a little more elevated and you can see the difference. Now this is the view. My favorite view from the second floor is when you're on the west side of the building facing towards the main reading room visitor gallery. I just love all the layers that the columns create and the circles that are in the windows. Just everything here is lined up so beautifully. And again, you're going to want to stand in the middle for this so you can get everything symmetrical. So if you look behind you through the windows, you see a pretty nice view of the US Capitol. I just wanted to show you to give you a little context of where we were. But now I'm back trying to capture some images of this beautiful long hallway vertically. Since there were other people there, it was a little difficult to get very centered, so I just stood there and tried my best and just waited patiently until I was able to get into the center. In situations like this, when there's a lot of other people around and you want your image to look a little different, try to get down lower and get more of the floor. So that automatically already makes your image unique when everybody else is shooting at eye level. Here we go, back on the east end of the building, still on the second floor, right outside the main reading room visitor gallery. I took a few moments just to capture everything that was in front of me, just the columns, the staircase, everything, and this building is so beautiful. So here we go, just a little preview of the reason why we are here. On normal days, this is just as much as you can see of the reading room. So you're standing behind glass and you're only allowed in this little section of this viewing area. So it does make it a little more challenging to capture an image from here. I tried my best to look up and to look down, but I knew I was going to be down on the floor anyways, so I didn't really try to capture too much from the spot. And now I'm just trying to line up a composition with Rachel in the image so that you can get some perspective and some scale of what it was like being there. Now, finally, we're headed down to the main reading room. As you can see, it is crowded in here. The best thing to do is just to go off to the edge and try to capture some images from there, because you will be rushed out of this center area because there's so many people around you walking. So we ran into our other friend Zach, and I thought it would be fun to take some pictures of Zach and Rachel taking some pictures. And of course I had to capture some of my own images looking up in the reading room floor. And it was at this time where I noticed that the desks at the library have this really nice reflection. I was trying to get down low and trying to find all these different angles, but I think it was the lamp that's on top of the desk that was a little bit too distracting for me, and I couldn't really find anything that I liked. And then at this point was when I noticed in the row of desks in front of me that there was this cool green hat, and I was trying to see if I could use that as a foreground in the reflection, and it still wasn't really working. So that's when I decided to switch to my 70-200. I actually think this is a really cool view from my GoPro, that you can see the edge of the lens and you can really see what I'm pointing at. But again, the GoPro view and the 70-200 view is completely different. And then I obviously had to tell Zach how cool it is to have a GoPro on your camera. So this was probably my 4th or 5th time being in the reading room when it was open to the public. So sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult to find unique, interesting compositions. So I like having several lenses with me to try to change things up. With the 16-35, I was able to capture these wide shots. You were able to see a lot more of what was going on around me, but with the 70-200, I was able to zoom in on the details. I said hello to a couple more friends, and then went back out to the Great Hall to capture some more detailed images with my 70-200. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was my first time really filming a POV style video like this, If you'd like to see more of these, please let me know in the comments below or subscribe to my channel because I would love to do more of these. This was a lot of fun. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.